Have you ever looked at someone and felt attracted to them almost instantly? Not after a conversation, not after getting to know their personality, not after hearing their story, just one look, a few seconds, and suddenly something happens inside your mind. You can't explain it. You don't know them. You know nothing about their values, their character, or even who they really are. Yet somehow, your brain has already become interested. Why? Why does this happen? Why do some people immediately catch our attention while others don't? Is it simply about beauty? Or is there something much deeper happening inside the human brain? The answer is far more fascinating than most people realize. Because attraction is not just about what you see. It's about millions of years of evolution, unconscious psychological processes, biological signals, emotional memories, and hidden patterns operating beneath your awareness. Long before you consciously decide whether someone is attractive, your brain has already started making calculations. And the strange part is, most of those calculations happen without your permission. Imagine you're walking through a crowded room, hundreds of faces, hundreds of voices, hundreds of people. Yet suddenly one person stands out. Your eyes notice them. Your attention shifts toward them, and for a brief moment, the rest of the room almost disappears. Psychologists have spent decades trying to understand why this happens. What exactly does the brain see during those first few seconds? The first answer is surprisingly simple. Your brain is constantly searching for patterns. More specifically, it searches for signals that may indicate health, vitality, confidence, and compatibility. One of the first things the brain notices is facial symmetry. Research has shown that people generally find symmetrical faces more attractive. Why? Because throughout human evolution, facial symmetry became associated with health and genetic stability. Your brain doesn't consciously think this face is symmetrical. Instead, it simply creates a feeling that says, I like what I'm seeing. And that feeling can happen almost instantly. But attraction is not only about physical appearance. In fact, many people who are considered attractive by society fail to create attraction in certain individuals. Because attraction is deeply personal. And this is where psychology becomes incredibly interesting. Your experiences shape your attraction. Your memories shape your attraction. Even your childhood experiences can influence the type of people you find attractive as an adult. Think about that for a moment. The relationships you observed growing up, the people who made you feel safe, the people who made you feel valued, the emotional experiences that shaped your identity. All of these factors leave invisible fingerprints on your mind. And later in life, those fingerprints quietly influence who catches your attention. This is one reason why attraction can feel so mysterious. Sometimes you're not attracted to a person. You're attracted to a feeling they create inside you, a feeling your brain recognizes from somewhere deep in your past. Scientists studying attachment theory have found that many people are naturally drawn toward relationship dynamics that feel familiar, even when those dynamics are unhealthy. This means that attraction is not always a reliable guide. Sometimes it points us toward wonderful relationships, and sometimes it points us toward people who repeat old emotional patterns. This is why attraction and compatibility are not the same thing. You can feel incredibly attracted to someone and still be completely incompatible with them. Many people learn this lesson the hard way. Attraction creates the spark, but it does not guarantee happiness. It does not guarantee trust, and it certainly does not guarantee love. Love requires much more than attraction. It requires communication, trust, respect, understanding, patience, and emotional maturity. Yet attraction remains powerful because it happens so quickly. Researchers have found that people can begin forming judgments about attractiveness in less than a second. Before a personality is revealed, before logic even has a chance to participate, the brain is already creating a story. And once that story begins, another psychological phenomenon appears: the halo effect. The halo effect occurs when one positive characteristic influences the way we judge everything else about a person. For example, if someone appears physically attractive, we may unconsciously assume they're also intelligent, kind, successful, trustworthy, confident, even when we have absolutely no evidence. In other words, attraction can distort perception. It can make us see what we hope is true rather than what is actually true, and this happens to almost everyone. At some point in life, most people have mistaken attraction for compatibility. They've mistaken chemistry for connection. They've mistaken excitement for love. Because the brain loves shortcuts. It wants quick answers. It wants certainty. It wants to make decisions with limited information. But real relationships don't work that way. The strongest relationships are rarely built on attraction alone. Physical attraction may open the door, but character determines what happens after the door opens. Think about the people who've had the greatest impact on your life, the people you truly trusted, the people who made you feel understood. The people who stayed when life became difficult. Were they important because of their appearance or because of the way they treated you? For most people, the answer becomes obvious. Attraction may start a relationship, but emotional connection is what sustains it. And this leads us to one of the most important truths about human attraction. The things that first attract us are not always the things that keep us in love. The eyes may notice beauty, but the heart remembers kindness. The mind notices confidence, but the soul remembers understanding. And over time, those deeper qualities become far more important than the first impression. So the next time you feel instantly attracted to someone, remember this. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It is searching for signals, making predictions, trying to understand another human being as quickly as possible. But real understanding takes time. Real intimacy takes time, and real love takes time. Because behind every attractive face is a complex human being, a story, a history, a collection of dreams, fears, strengths, and weaknesses. And no brain, no matter how intelligent, can truly understand another person in a few seconds. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more fascinating insights about psychology, attraction, relationships, and the hidden workings of the human mind, make sure to subscribe to Secrets of the Mind and turn on notifications so you never miss a future episode. Your support helps us continue creating content that explores the deepest questions about human behavior and psychology. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being part of this journey into the mysteries of the human mind. All information presented in this video was gathered from scientific research, peer-reviewed psychological studies, and trusted academic sources in the fields of psychology, neuroscience, and human behavior. And remember, sometimes what attracts us first is not what matters most in the end.